Welcome to Who Wants to Be a Rainbow Six Siege Millionaire with the 3-time world champion Fabian to use his wealth of knowledge to tackle the 13 questions today. Fabian, with the experience over the years, how confident do you feel moving in to try and win $1 million?
You know, having won so much, this is one of the hardest challenges I think I will ever stand up against. So I'm looking at a solid 3 questions, so you can give me the £1,000, and I'll be waiting for it on my PayPal.
Ah, wonderful. Well, let's see how you can do. So, if you're unfamiliar with the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire format, there's a ladder system with 13 questions, each with increasing monetary value and difficulty. Get a question right and you'll move up the ladder, but get one wrong and it's game over, so the stakes are high. There are 2 safety nets, one at £1,000 and one at £32,000. If you reach that, that's the minimum amount you can go home with, even if you get the following questions incorrect. And Fabian, there are no trick questions. There are 3 lifelines to help you along the way. You're not alone. You've got Liquipedia for 30 seconds, in which you'll be able to browse on Liquipedia to try and figure out the answers for yourself. SiegeGG 30 seconds, you'll be able to browse SiegeGG for 30 seconds, and then a 50-50, which will take away 2 randomly selected wrong answers. So, are you ready to go? Get into it?
Yeah, I just hope I don't get too many APAC questions and I'll be alright, I think.
I don't think there's too many of those along the way. They haven't done much to get to major events. So, question number 1 for £100. Nicholas Mortson is better known by which name? Pingu, Pangu, Pengu, or Pongu?
This one is hard because he's better known as one, but I call him Pongu, you know?
We can't
But
be taking...
the final answer is C, unfortunately. My way of it might not be correct, but Pengu is the name.
Locked it in. And that's £100 on the board. You haven't fallen at the first hurdle, which was a worry.
That was a hard question for me. Yeah, I mean, me personally wouldn't know that, right?
£500 question now. Question number 2. Which of these guns didn't have an equipable ACOG scope at Siege's release? The 416C carbine, MP7, MP5, or the 9x19 BSN?
An ACOG? You know, I might go out on this one because I'm not super sure. I'm gonna make it a guess because I want to save my 50-50.
You've got your lifelines. You've got your lifelines.
Nah, I'm not gonna take a lifeline this early. I believe it to be the 9x19 BSN, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm about 60% sure, but 60% is a gamble I'm willing to take. So final answer is D, 9x19 BSN.
Taking a risk this early could go away with nothing.
Definitely taking a risk.
We're locking it in though. There's no turning back. It's won you £500. You were unsure, but you know you take risks in this game. That's how you get far.
Yeah, I was unsure about the 416 carbine. I didn't remember if it did, but I was fairly certain it had it.
When making the questions, I had to really go through some archives to try and find I had to make
such a long time ago.
Yeah, I was going through operator tutorials and seeing all the loadouts.
Right.
So,
Jesus.
Question number 3 for £1,000. This is the last chance you can go away with nothing. Which map was released with Operation Red Crow? A. Outback, B. Skyscraper, C. Theme Park, or D. Fortress?
You think I know the name of the different operations?
Well, you know, your operators were released with them. They're quite influential operators, I must say.
I've not got the blindest clue what they are, but I'm gonna make assumptions again because I don't know them, and it's gonna be another guess. But because I don't want to use my 50-50, and I'm gonna go with the elimination method, right?
Yep.
Red Crow, Fortress is a Moroccan map where Cade was released at the same time, and Nomad. Red Crow doesn't sound like them. Vigil and Dokkaebi were released with Theme Park. Probably, was there a third one as well? Wasn't that when they were releasing third ones? I can't remember. So I don't think it's Theme Park. And Mossy and I can't even remember the name of the thick lady.
Recently buffed.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'll get to it later. I'll look silly. That's fine. That was with Outback, and I don't think that makes sense with Red Crow either. The only thing that makes sense with Red Crow is B Skyscraper, and I'm gonna go with it as final answer because I'm 5% sure.
5%. That's a lot less than 60 for the last question.
5% is good enough for today.
You're locking in Skyscraper. 5% certainty, but 100% correct. That's £1,000 in the bank for you, Fabian. You can't go away with nothing anymore. So, you know, wipe the sweat off your brow and you can lean back in your chair a bit further.
These questions are a lot harder than I expected them to be. Jesus.
Well, now we're going to move sort of more into the Pro League tailored questions. So these might be more to
Those
your
are
liking.
a bit easier.
So, question number 4 for £2,000. Here it comes. Gorgona, who played for Kavana and Heroic inside of EU, was the only Tier 1 player ever to originate from which country? A. Albania, B. Romania, C. Hungary, or D. Bulgaria?
This one is all too easy. There's only one player from that country, as it says, and it's Bulgaria. So D is final answer. I don't think we've ever seen an Albanian or a Romanian Pro League player. Maybe an Albanian that's moved into another country. Hungarian, we have seen Sir Boss. I played with him myself. So the rest, I don't think there is anything from.
Well, Bulgaria, it wins you £2,000. Yeah, so Hungary, we've had 2 players from, Hosti and Sabos.
Hosti as well,
and then we've had no Romanian or Albanian players to make EU Tier 1. I think there have been a few in Challenger League. The easiest question so far, question number 4.
That one was fastest. Yeah, that one was too easy. I mean, Pengu question was a little bit harder, actually.
Yeah. You got to get the letter right, you know? It only differs by one letter on the Pengu question.
Ponta Pengu.
Moving on to question number 5 for £4,000. Which current NAL coach was suspended for 12 months in May 2022 after engaging in major misconduct? A. Fettuccine, B. Goddess, C. Bodega, or D. Callout?
I think Fettuccine should be banned for 12 months for major misconduct with his bad videos. So it's the C. Bodega is my final answer.
Lock it in, Bodega. Does this secure you 4,000? It has indeed. Bodega was suspended for 12 months, and Except were fined $5,000 after his major misconduct against members of Team Liquid.
I don't believe it. I've gotten a bigger fine like that than that, and I didn't get banned. I just got fined.
Was that the interview antics?
I have no comments.
Question number 6 for 8,000. The money carries on doubling, but the amounts get higher now. £8,000. Take a look. Excluding maps which have not yet hit 50 times played, e.g. Nighthaven, which is the most defender-sided map of all time in Tier 1 play? A. Theme Park, B. Villa, C. Cafe, or D. Skyscraper?
This one is really difficult. My instant thought comes to Theme Park. Because Skyscraper previously was not a very defender-favorite map.
Yeah, I think
Cafe is not that high anymore. It's changed.
Because you've got to remember where the map started, you know?
Yeah. It's not Villa. It's not Villa.
You've got all 3 lifelines still.
Yeah, but it's very early. It's very early. Am I going with my gut?
You've proven yourself to be a risk taker so far.
This one I have 0% like safety in.
You could...
Because Skyscraper... but it...
You could lose £7,000 if you get it wrong.
No. I'm gonna go for it anyways. I'm not using any lifelines. I'm gonna need them for later because the questions will be even harder. I'm locking in Theme Park. That's what I'm doing. I'm going with my gut because it was defender favored ever since I remember playing it.
That your final answer?
Final answer, a theme park.
A theme park, is it correct? It is. Secures you £8,000. Theme park has a 60.6 defensive win rate in Tier 1 play. Skyscraper 59.3, so not that far behind. Then Villa with 56% and Cafe also with 56%. So it was close, but yeah, you're right. Theme park just stands out that bit further by how defender favored it's always been.
At least I felt somewhat decently with that.
So this is where the money starts to get a bit more serious. Question number 7 for £16,000. Who is the only team to have lost 2 Six Invitational Grand Finals? A. Ninjas in Pyjamas. B. Evil Geniuses. C. Team Empire. Or D. Team Liquid.
Jesus, I should know this one. It's bad that I don't.
It could be another process of elimination one.
Yeah, but that wouldn't help me much because CTM won the first one, which then turned into Evil Geniuses. Then I beat Evil Geniuses in the grand final. And I beat Team Empire in the grand final. And then I don't remember who won 2020. Was I at 2020? I was at 2020. And NIP lost to Space Station. Was it Space Station? I think it was Space Station. Troy won his second one because I congratulated him and welcomed him into the two-timer. 21 I did not attend. 22 I did attend. No, I did not attend either. 23 I did attend and I won. So it's bit. I mean, this. Okay. Who won? TSM won. Won as well.
Who did they beat?
Yeah. It's not Team Liquid. And it wasn't Team Empire. And Evil Geniuses was over at this point. Locking in a final answer, Ninjas in Pyjamas. They must have lost 2. There's no other chance.
You've got 3 lifelines still.
No, I don't need those. I'm a genius. Lifelines are for noobs. I'm locking in A. Final answer, Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Ninjas in Pyjamas. Been locked in. Have they been the only team to have lost 2 Six Invitational Grand Finals?
No!
Unfortunately, it's incorrect, Fabian. Team Empire lost to G2, as you said, at SI19, but they also lost to TSM at SI22.
That's against Empire.
NIP only lost to SSG at 2020 and then won the following year in 21, which Team Liquid then lost to, and EG lost to Penta, obviously, at SI 2018. The other losers, Error in 2017 to Continuum, and then most recently W7M in 2023.
Shows how much I know. Shows how much I followed the game at that time, doesn't it?
Unfortunate. That means you're walking home with £1,000.
That's fine by me. At least I get 1,000. You know, it's something.
It is something.
I should have known this one. I mean, I could have just taken the Liquipedia. I would have survived.
Yeah, you're showing yourself to be a risk taker.
Yeah,
that's not a bad thing, is it? You've gone away with 1,000, but let's see if you at home can win the million. And let's see, Fabian, if you had got that one right, would you have still gone all the way? So we're going to carry on with the questions and see if you at home could get them all right where Fabian didn't. This would be for 32,000. Unfortunately, it's not for you, but maybe it is for the people at home.
We can all pretend that I'm winning it, you know?
We're pretending this is a game show anyway, so why don't we pretend? There's £1 million on the line as well. 32,000 question. At the Copenhagen Major 2023, which player had the highest number of total kills? A. Herds, B. Solotov, C. Nesk, or D. Citizen?
I mean, I didn't go far enough. Nesk could have, but I don't check stats that much. I don't think Nesk was good enough this event to have highest amount of kills. Could Ben have gotten enough? No. It has to be a herd. I'll lock that in as my answer. I'm fairly certain on it as well.
Final answer?
Yep, final answer is a herds.
Unfortunately, someone you ruled out is it Eminem not going far enough. They did reach the quarterfinals, and because they started all the way back in phase 1, they played a lot more maps, and they got knocked down into the best of 3s straight away in phase 2, which meant they actually played 3 more maps than Liquid, and they played 5 more maps than W7M. W7M actually speedran the tournament, winning it in 13 maps. Eminem ended up playing 18, and Solotov had 204 kills. Nesk being over 50 kills behind in second place.
So it's not just it's not the trick question. It's just me being silly because I don't consider
the different phases
phase
with,
1.
with the new major. I thought like this is a kind of question where if you think about Eminem didn't get that far, but they actually played
I only
like
think
best
of
of
it
threes
as
because
phase
of the
2.
format. Yeah.
Still a silly format.
Wow. Moving on. 64,000. Here we go. Which of these maps has never been played in any 6 Invitational Grand Final? A. Consulate, B. Theme Park, C. Border, or D. Chalet?
Wow. Another one I literally have no idea about. None. Which maps have I played?
Yeah, you could eliminate.
I don't even remember which ones I've played. Coastline, I've won it once. Coastline was the longest game ever played as well, so Coastline is obviously not even in here. Have I played it Border? No. I played Bank. I played Cafe. But they are not in here either. I have got not even the slightest clue which one it could be.
You do have your 3 lifelines.
Yeah, but now I'm already out. If I use my lifelines now, I'm helping the viewers, and I don't want them to win either. If I can't, they shouldn't. You know, this is just become a guessing game. Theme Park, my team has been part of. None of my teams have played Border in the grand final, I don't think. I'm literally just going out from what my team liked. I'm gonna go. Okay, this is a complete guess again. I'm taking a concept as final answer, and the reason for it is that the map disappeared, or maybe it's Chalet. It could be Border too.
It could be all 4 of them.
No, it can't be Theme Park. Or did we play Theme Park in the grand final with it? Maybe we didn't. I don't even remember which ones. Alright, okay. Wait, maybe it is Theme Park. Did they ban it against us because they didn't want to play as us? Okay. It's B Theme Park. Final answer. B Theme Park.
Theme Park. You said it can't be Theme Park. Then you went back to it. Theme Park, out of the new age maps, so I discount all the maps that were available in 2017, like Canal and that sort of stuff. Theme Park, out of all I think the 11 maps we've had in the pool now, is the only one never to be played in a grand final. I was actually surprised. So Theme has never been played. Chalet has only ever been played once at SI 2021. Border been played 3 times at 17, 19, and 20. And then Concert played at SI 2017 and 2021.
Oh yeah, we played Border as their pick in SI 19 because we played Coastline their pick. No. Was that our pick or was it their pick? I can't remember. We won the event at Bank. Maybe Border was our pick. See how much I know, right?
Well, you know, you've been part of a lot of series, so it's understandable. That,
I don't remember more than half of them. It just, when you play so many, you tend to forget them, and especially when it's one thing if you win one event. When you win one event, you'll remember that event throughout everything, right?
Yeah.
But when you have that many to pick from, they just lose the value of as an individual event to you when you've won.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess
suffering from success.
Literally.
Well, you did end up getting that one right, so we move on to £128,000 question now. The money is serious now. During Pengu's iconic 1v2 clutch on Coastline to win the 6th Invitational 2018 for Penta, which 2 EG players did he kill? A. Young and Necrox. B. BC and Necrox. C. BC and MVK. D. Young and BC.
I should know this one.
It's an iconic play.
I'm 5% sure that I got killed by Necrox in that clutch because it was 2-on-2. I think it was 1-on-2. And I'm 5% certain it was Necrox. But then whoever was the other player, was it Young or Necrox? I'm also fairly certain it was Young. If you would have asked me which 2 players it was without having any up, it would be those 2.
Young and
I'm gonna
Necrox.
lock it pretty quickly because I feel like I'm on the right track here with Young and Necrox. I'm looking in A as my final answer.
A. Young and Necrox. Pretty certain. Unfortunately,
All right.
Necrox
Feels
did
bad.
not kill you. BC killed you on Mirror, and then it left Pengu in the 1v2, and then Pengu kills Young on Smoke, defusing first, and then BC covering on Mirror second with the bearing knife.
You know, Kenny, everyone always talks about Pengu's 1-on-2, but nobody talks about Fabian's 1-on-2 in the round before. It's a feels bad man moment, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
No.
Yeah, it was the one where you were Blackbeard on Penthouse, right?
No, Blackbeard was the last guy alive against me on Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, it was the other way around. EG were attacking, and then you were like prone in the theater corner.
Prone with my deagle out.
Yeah.
I see for the planter behind the bed.
Yeah, that was beautiful, beautifully played.
You don't remember it at all. Let's go next question.
I do because I'm sorry to say I was an EG fan.
Oh no. Okay, cut it. We're not doing any more questions.
I was figuring out when to drop that one in.
Oh no. A million dollar question. Which team did Ken cheer for in the 2018 Grand Final? Only 2 answers to pick from.
Well, there are only 3 questions away from the million, and this one's for 250,000. Who was/were the first ever player or players to be imported over to their second region of Tier 1 play? A. Sleben and Gonfi. B. Virtue. C. Alfama to NA. Or D. Alfama to APAC.
It's not D, because Alfama went to APAC after he was in NA. It's not Virtue, because he came when I left, and at that point Sleben and Gonfi had already been to NA. Alfama to NA or Sleben or Gonfi? Sleben and Gonfi went to Sonics, and Alfama went to... I remember the team, it was with Yeti, but I don't remember the org. But when did he go? And when did Sleben and Gonfi go? I mean, if I do the 50-50 now, you're just going to give me Sleben and Gonfi and Alfama to NA. So...
It's randomly selected.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It is. I rolled a dice for all the 50-50s.
Jesus Louises. Did they import 2 players before they imported Alfama? think they did, but I'm not certain.
You're trying your best not to help the viewers.
Oh, no,
50-50's lurking.
No, I'm not gonna take it because I don't want them. I'd rather be incorrect 3 times than them be correct all the time. Huh. They get plenty of time to think about this now that I have no idea which one I'm gonna go for. But I don't think that did Slepen and Comfy go at the same time even? I'm gonna go with C, Alfama, as my final answer. I am not sure.
I'd just like to say, Slepen and Comfy are put together because they went at the same time. They weren't split.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the guess on Alfama.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer C.
Alfama to NA. One between two. It did end up being Slepen and Comfy. It was very close between all three. Slepen and Comfy joined the Sonics in June 2019. Virtue to G2 and Alfama to E United were during early 2020. And then Alfama to Fnatic, as you said, was later in 2021.
So it was the same time as I left G2 that Alfama went to NA.
Yes.
I didn't remember that one bit
I think
at all.
Virtue was stage 1, and then Alfama was before stage 2. So it was like it was a few months difference.
Okay.
But Slepen and Comfy were the year before.
Were before. Okay. Well, shows how much I remember. I should have actually known that, because we wanted to trial Slepen for G2. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, he never knew because we couldn't tell him, right? Anti-poaching rules.
The £400,000 question now. The penultimate question 12. For you at home, are you still in? Can you get this one right? Who is the oldest player to have ever played in a Tier 1 match? And as a clarification, the age was calculated at the time of their last Tier 1 match played, not their current age. A. Zig. B. 6-Quattro. C. No Time GG. Or D. Wilkie.
Jesus. We have a funny one with No Time GG because when we were on broadcast and we had to do a Japan League, and Fresh couldn't realize how to say his name, so he thought it was Naughty Meg. It's not Naughty Meg. I mean, I played against Sig back in the days, that's a while ago. 6-4. Cis-cat, as they say in French. He's 150 million years old. Wilkie's basically just as old. Did Wilkie play longer? He did. Sigera played longer than Wilkie. You know, I actually think it is Wilkie because Wilkie kept up for a long time. I have no idea how old Naughty Meg is.
Big.
But Sigera is also 155. No, the final answer is going to be Wilkie. Just because I think he kept up the longest. And he is also really old. Like, he's basically a dinosaur. So, final answer D, Wilkie.
D. Wilkie. £500,000. No Time or Notameg was a Japanese player for Reject who played at 34 years, 8 months old in APAC North Stage 1 in 2022. The other three all retired a lot earlier, were still old. 6-Quattro was 33 when he played his last match for Millennium in Year 2 Season 1 back in 2017. So 6-Quattro is technically...
almost 40.
He's 39 right now.
Jesus,
so,
I didn't know he was that old, actually.
Yeah, so 6-Quattro is the oldest person currently, but No Time GG played when he was older. Wilkie was 32 when he played his last match for Mouse Sports in 2019, and Zig was 30 when he also played his last match for Liquid in 2018.
I knew that Sig was younger than Wilkie, but I had no idea how old Cis-Quattro was, and I had definitely no idea how old Naughty Meg is.
I thought you might have had an idea because of the broadcast they APAC North. It might have been
I
referenced.
wouldn't pay attention to their ages.
Yeah, it might have been referenced though that he's incredibly old or something like that.
Yeah. The only thing we saw from Naughty Meg there was he was like a really good mood bringer to the team. Like you could see him making little dances and stuff like that when they were winning rounds and really cheering on his team. So that's the only thing I remember from him.
If you're still in the game at home, this is your chance to prove it. 13th question, £1 million. To see if potentially, Fabian, if you didn't get 4 questions wrong.
No. I haven't gotten a single one wrong. I think this is edited in a way that makes me look bad.
I'm sorry. I'll try and make it better next time. £1 million question. As of the end of October 2023, which player has played the most Tier 1 maps of all time? A. Canadian. B. Nesk. C. Renshiro. Or D. Julio?
I'm leaning towards Brazil because they've just played so many maps internally. But I'm also leaning towards Renshiro. Canadian could have done it as well, but I think that the issue that he suffered with is that he hasn't made it to as many events as Nesk or Julio. And Renshiro made it to a lot of events, but not as many either, I don't think. Julio stopped playing though, but he played up until the grand final. You know, I'm actually going to go for Julio anyways. I'm going to be final answer and locking it in with Julio very early. The reason is he's played a lot of grand finals. So final answer, D. Julio.
D. Julio. Who did you guess for at home? Has it won you the million? Unfortunately, Nesk, the other Brazilian. You said you were leaning towards Brazil.
Yeah,
Nesk has done that
internally.
just a bit further. Brazil, because of the Brasileiro finals, do play internally a lot more maps. Nesk has played 547 maps in his career. Renshiro actually pulls up second with 530. So very close. And if I don't think BDS will be able to overtake that in Atlanta. Despite Liquid not going, because I don't think you could play 17 maps if BDS are going through to phase 2 straight away. Julio has 495 maps, and then Canadian 489.
Yeah, I haven't followed Brazil internally so much. I wouldn't know how many Julio has played internally in Brazil, but just look, I base it solely on that he's gone further in more tournaments at higher tier.
Yeah.
But I'm actually quite proud, 0 wrongs.
Oh, well done. All the way to the end.
I made £1 million.
Not even a lifeline used. Not even
one.
A lifeline used.
I mean, as soon as I was out, I had already made the decision to not use them. Simply because I don't want any of the viewers to have any easier times.
Because of you getting the £16,000 question wrong, you fell down to 1,000, the first lifeline. You will be going away with £1,000 today. What do you think you'll be able to do with the money?
I'm gonna buy a new house and maybe a new car at the same time.
Wow, house prices must be pretty cheap.
You can always get a cardboard box, put it above your head, and call it a house.
Well, thank you very much for playing today, Fabian. It was a pleasure having your knowledge on display. Well, some of the knowledge on display.
Lack of, rather.
Did you at home get all 13 right? Let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see if any other guests along the series will be able to beat Fabian's £1,000.